It was the bottom of the 8th inning, and our 48th regular season game. Only 2 more regular season games left after this one. I was on first base, approaching my 30th stolen base. I took off. The catcher got the ball. He made a great throw to second base. I slid into second, and the umpire yells, "Safe! Safe!" It was my 30th stolen base during this year, and I broke the record here at Emmanuel College when it comes to stealing bases. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the art of stealing second base and how we can get better at it. First, I'd like to lead off with a quote from D. Gordon. D. Gordon played for the Miami Marlins and stole some of the most bases that a Miami Marlin has ever stolen before. He's broken 3 single-season records. He says, "You have to have intangibles. The little things matter when it comes to stealing bases." If you look here at my PowerPoint, you'll see 2 charts. These 2 charts demonstrate the correlation between stealing bases and the amount of wins MLB teams conquered throughout a season. As you can see, there's a 25% win increase if you steal at a rate of 3 bases per game as opposed to 0. Moving right along, I want to talk to you about 3 things that are going to enhance the art of base stealing. Those 3 things are, first, getting our lead, second, our stance, and then third, our takeoff. To begin, let's talk a little bit about our lead. How do we take our lead, you might ask? When standing on first base, we must use first our left foot to take off the bag, followed by our right foot, and then we are going to shuffle 2 times. That should put us somewhere between 10 and 12 feet away from first base. That's the right depth we want to be at. Also, another thing when it comes to taking our lead, when will we start this process? We will only start this process once the pitcher steps on the rubber on the mound. Along with getting our lead, we need to talk about our stance. For our stance, we want our feet to be somewhere a little bit wider than shoulder length apart. This is going to give us an athletic stance and the ability to move at a very fast rate. Our knees must be bent. We want to be low, and our knees are bent. Okay, this is going to enhance even more our ability to take off at a quicker rate. And lastly, when it comes to our stance, we want our arms to be out in front of our body so they are clear from our takeoff. Along with our stance, this leads us all the way up to the actual part of taking off. This is the biggest key when stealing second base. First, we want to start with a crossover step. What that looks like is our right foot is going to be slightly open, okay? So then we can take our left foot when we take off and cross over as we are gaining momentum towards second base. That brings me to the next point in our takeoff. Once we get that crossover step, our momentum must always continue towards second base. We don't want to lose momentum upward or away from second. So when we take off, we have to make sure that first step is in line with the bag. Another key in our takeoff is we have to stay low. We have to continuously stay low throughout this process until we get to the apex of our running style. So we should look something similar to this. When we take off, we're going to shoot with that arm, and we're going to stay low all the way to second base. Today, I've talked to you a little bit about how we can enhance the art of base stealing and what that can do for your team as a baseball player. In my opinion, I've given you 3 good things, which include our stance, our lead, and our takeoff, all of which are going to help us increase our stolen base rate, which can also help our team win more. As I stated in the beginning, stealing bases at a rate of 3 per game as opposed to 0 per game can enhance our winning percentage by as much as 25%. Thank you.